bathroom. My bathroom is done. Look at that. Those are old copper pipes. This is the new pipes. That's the new one. And then that's the old one. The copper pipes, they don't last in -4 weather when it's cold. But the blue ones, they said it could handle cold weathers. Today I'm a plumber. That's I lived here all my life for 30 years, and this, I don't know if I should call it God-forsaken community, poverty village. We have no bank here, no nothing. We have no roads. We're in great need of help here. It's an emergency every winter here. It's tough living out here in Summer Beaver, Ontario, Canada, far northern Ontario, and the far north. Yeah, I lived here all my life. I was for over 5 years. I was a carpenter, and I worked for this the Summer Beaver band office company. I see it as a company. The chief and council, they have a system. We have a financial system here too, and we have a political system. Yeah, those guys are the leaders, like the politicians, like the mayors of this town, but they're called chief and councilors. That's what the mayors are called here in Summer Beaver. Yeah, I developed a lot of skills over my time as a carpenter. I was a laborer, helping hand. I built over 30 houses. I fixed and repaired over, I don't know, probably 40 houses, probably. I lost count because I would work at summertime and then I would end at fall for like 5 months. I would work 5 months. One time I worked for 5 months straight. And at the end of the 5th month, at the end of it, after I got paid, I probably got paid like 8 grand or $5,000 probably for 5 months. I only got paid $12 an hour, $10 an hour. I only got paid like even $8 an hour. I was below the minimum wage. I never made money building houses here. And now my mom and dad, they're living in the new house that I built for them. And there's many other families here that are happy with their new houses. They're getting new houses now with electric furnaces. I already did my service for my community, Summer Beaver. But I wanted to share a story about here. There's a community member here. She died last year, I think. She was a Suboxone client. She had an addiction problem, like a drug addiction. Like over here, we have an addiction crisis. Like over probably like 80% of our community members, they're on the Suboxone program. 80. There's 300 people here. Maybe about 70, 60. It's somewhere around there. But most of our communities our people is in crisis. We have an addiction problem here. That's why I keep preaching and teaching about the addiction and the deep poverty we're in, because that's what we're dying from. Like the government only gives us what, $1 million a year probably, just and then it costs $1 million to buy the gas, the diesel fuel, the power to power this whole community. It costs $1 million. I think it's I think it's 1 million liters for $1 million, and then we only get like $1 million a year, or 2 million. It's actually 2 million from the government once a year, and then 1 million's for the gas, and then 1 million's for the workers, and then only 5% of our people, they have a job, a salary. That's why I mentioned that carpentry job that I did. It only lasted me like 4 months, 5 months. Like the pay was like, I would probably get paid like maybe like $800 every 2 weeks, or $1,000 every 2 weeks, and then it would, and then at the end of my contract, at the fifth month or fourth month, it would come down to $500 every 2 weeks. That's it's called budget cutting the budget for the carpenters. That's what the band office did. My dad was accounting, right? That's what he would do to me and my fellow workers, my fellow laborers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers. We would we barely got paid over here too. So that's the main issues. Like the government barely helps us. The government of Canada, even the people in Canada, like they're arguing that we're getting too much funding when we're Aboriginal pioneers, Canadian pioneers. We're leading the way, so you guys can have mining, so you can have $100 billion, $100 billion, like for example, Orca mining. It's a $50 billion company. No, I think it's 5 billion. I think it's $5 billion company. Orca. They work at Musslewhite at Pickle. I have 4 shares of Orca, so I own Orca mining, Musslewhite at Pickle. Yeah, if you search it up online, you're gonna see Musslewhite and Orca and Pickle 808 highway. Yeah, yeah, and I've been thinking about Uyghur since to my family trap line. It was a trap line at first. It was just a settlement. I'm thinking about putting a little gold mine there from 808 to Uyghur since. I'm thinking about asking Orca or another mining company and the government of Canada to make an all-season road, an airport for me, so I can drive to Uyghur and I can fly to Uyghur. You know what I mean? Because we're only accessible to with waterplane. I only can get there with waterplane. A snowmobile, it takes 3 days or 2 days to get over there at Uyghur. It's very difficult to go to my land. Like I lived there, like every summer and fall. I would go over there when I was a kid, when I was a toddler, when I was only like 3 years old, 2 years old, 1 years old. Every year, all my life, I went to Uyghur for like 25 years. I'm 30 years old now. Every summer and fall, I would go to Uyghur. I was my grandfather's My grandfather, Albert Nishnabes, he was born there. He was born at Uyghur. That's where my great grandfather, Robert Nishnabes, he founded that land. He lived there. He lived in a cabin. He made his own cabin. Um, they used to live at Nishkandaga Lansdowne House. If you search it up, that's where they used to live. The old pioneers, the settlers. Yeah, we're pioneers. Like I said, I'm the fourth generation pioneer, and I have a daughter now. So they're the fifth generation. They live here too. I'm just trying to give the future generation, the unborn future generation of Summer Beaver, even Aboriginal, the other Aboriginal pioneers, the Canadians, the Canadian Aboriginal pioneers. I'm doing it for the unborn children too. There's gonna be hundreds of thousands of pioneers. That's what I'm doing it for too. That's what you guys should do. You and the Canadian people down south, you have all the comfort in the world. Life is easy for you. While us in the north, the Aboriginal pioneers, we're struggling here. We're in great need of your help. We need donations. It's like Africa here, and you guys don't want to help us. Only the government of Canada is helping us. The Liberals and the Conservatives is helping us. But the people of Canada is not helping us. But I wanted to say a little story to end this video. Um, there's this woman. She, like I said, she's in a Suboxone program, and then I said 60 to 80% of the people is on Suboxone. They're drug addicts. They have an addiction problem. I should call them that. They have an addiction problem that they need to work on themselves. We need to make it easier for them so they could try to quit. Try to get close to sobriety. That's the goal. Keep a sober mind. But there's the story of a woman. She had a house just like this, like an old house. This is an old house. This house is 40 years old, and she lived in a 40-year-old house too. She had no washroom, no toilet. She had to use the outhouse, a plastic outhouse. Can you imagine that? She was living alone, and every morning she had to walk all the way to, I don't know, maybe she had to walk for probably like 3 kilometers from her house to the nursing station. We call it nursing station, our hospital. She had to go there and then walk back in -4 the weather every morning just to get her prescription medication. She was cold. She barely had fire logs. She was single and alone. She was about 40 years old. Her name was Noots. Noots Wabaz. I forgot her real name, but her nickname is Noots. She was like $4.50. She lived alone. Like she's a warrior. She held on here. She had a bad house, bad toilet. She had to use the toilet outside in freezing cold weather. Like that's the issues we're dealing with here. And then guess what happened to her when she was living in that old house of hers? We have a housing crisis here too. We have a housing problem. We need more houses. She died. She committed suicide. She hanged herself. And in her old house, she lived there for a long time. She was in need of a new house. The best we can do is to give everyone a comfortable place to poop, pee, and a comfortable place to shower at least. That's what I hope for everyone and for every Aboriginal pioneer. And then guess what happened later after she died? The band office, they took down her house. They got rid of that house. They used heavy machinery. They got rid of everything. And they built up a new house that was right away after she died. And then she was given a new house, but her daughter has it now. They live in a 5-plex. But it was supposed to be Noots and her daughter was gonna get a new house. She was so close to getting a new house. She was so close to living a comfortable life here in Summer Beaver. but she couldn't hold on much longer. I just hope and pray you understand. I pray everyone will understand, every American and Canadian, what we're dealing with up here. Like, I'm thankful that you're watching my videos and subscribing. It really helps. It, it, if you give me subscription, likes, and views, the government is gonna see it. Like, they're seeing it right now. The conservative governments and the liberal Canadian governments, they're seeing it. The leaders, they're finally understanding what it's like to live up here. They're finally understanding our culture and our our purpose. We did it all for Canada. That's what I'm trying to get at. I just want to be heard by everybody in Canada and the rest of the world too, if they want to learn about our culture and our wisdom. The Aboriginals, I think they might be the key to make the country better, because we're humble, we're poor, we know how to survive, like with lack of money and with nothing at all. We're treated like dogs up here, you know that? Like right now too. I just pray that will change real soon.